Okay, welcome to the January reading for all the signs. Make sure that you look at both, not just both, but basically the sun sign, the moon sign, and the rising sign. If you don't know what that is, just respond back with, I would like to know what that is, and I will see what your sun, moon, and rising are. So, see what resonates with you. At the end of the day, we use these as tools to really just get in contact with our own intuition and more of that belief within the self. But at the end of the day, you don't even really need the cards. You just need that connection with yourself, with source, with the inner light that's within that knows all the things, right? And the light is information. So all those little photons inside know what's up, right? And we tend to get in the way of that. So remember that you don't really need this. It's just a tool to help you really end up believing in yourself. So let's get started. Go to the sign that you feel is resonating for you, whether it's the sun, moon, or rising, or all three. And I will see you later. Peace. Happy New Year, guys. So, we're doing things a little bit different this year. I went ahead and did the whole picking of the cards because that's what takes forever. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Aries. So, Aries, we have the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of action that needs to be taken place, a lot of action that will be taking place this month as far as passion, something creative, something that you're ready to just hit the ground running. Yeah, that's what it is. Hit the ground running, and just really taking some action that has to do with your purpose. I know what I am here to do. So maybe during this Christmas time, during this December retrograde that we've had, you've had time to reassess, you've had time to rethink things, and now you're like, you know what? I feel like this is what I'm passionately wanting to go do, and now you're stepping into that. Your soul's like, let's do it. um so whatever it is that you're taking action on, just know that it's part of your soul's journey. And your self-care card is release. Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. So a lot of releasing, especially after winter time, not winter time, the winter solstice. There's that time of, okay, it's a new season, it's a shift in energy. We're going from fire to now an earth sign. But this is more about really releasing all the things that maybe you didn't let go of during fall. It's more of a time to release, time to heal, time to um, really start going towards my purpose and not allowing life to dictate your life, right? To be more of a creator of your reality. So that's Aries. Taurus. All right, Taurus, we have an eight, lots of eights, and next year is 2024, which equals an eight in numerology. So there's a lot of taking action, there's a lot of abundance for the year, there's a lot of discipline, etc. And the card that you got, the Eight of Pentacles, is really about taking on that discipline, taking on um, your work a little bit more, taking on something a little bit harder. So when I say something, I mean something that you value, something that could be, I want to take my health a little bit more serious. I want to take my finances a little bit more serious. I'm going to dedicate my time to learning whatever it is that I need to learn in order to overcome type of deal. Oh, look, and so the card that you got is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So you're in that just state of, I'm really getting this done. I'm going to um, do a better job. So I feel like there's a whole leveling up type deal where you're really starting to discipline yourself. This sounds like me, but I have nothing to do with this part. Anyway, so I am accomplishing what I set my mind to. You're just very disciplined in, that's the lesson at least, to discipline yourself into taking that action towards the things that are of value, and not wasting around time that doesn't need to be wasted. Okay. Possibility. Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy an experience twice. So, this is making me think the possibilities being endless, because when we can imagine, when we can daydream, when we can shift our brain waves from beta to alpha to theta, we can get into a state of really seeing things on the non-physical, on the quantum realm, and we can bring about any of those possibilities that we see in the non-physical to the physical, materialize them, manifest them. But you have to have discipline. So it's like, one, you can't have one without the other, right? You can imagine these things, but if you're not feeling the emotion of these things to manifest them, to know and believe that you can, and you're not disciplined on whatever actions it is that you need to take in order to manifest these things, because it takes two, um, then you're limited. So this is more of like, look, you're not limited. You have a lot of possibilities. You just need to take the time, just like your discipline, like take the time to be still and let those messages come in. Um, Sometimes we need to clear our minds, and our minds are very cluttered with the monkey brain business, where it's nonstop chatter or nonstop thinking. And sometimes being still gives us a way to release that, so that the messages and the answers can come in, and then you can have more of that space, whatever you want to call it, to really pay attention to the things that can go right, that you want, that you desire. Okay, that's Taurus. Gemini. I'm excited. Moon's in Gemini. Okay, Judgment card, but it was upside down. Okay, so this is kind of a rebirth, but maybe you're a little bit stuck on this rebirth. Maybe you are not really, like, kind of rebelling. How do I say this? Um, there's a rebirth opportunity here, and there's a little bit of resistance with going through it. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So maybe this resistance, it's a block, that the lesson here is like, hey, loosen up. Don't block yourself from having this rebirth, from having this change of heart, change of perspective. Just basically choose the lighter side, the softer side of Sears. Um, so the humor part, there's the humor part. It's like, don't take everything so, okay, so Gemini is going back and forth, and therefore we get stuck in the thought process of things, which keeps you very left brain. So this is like, hey, just soften up, do a little bit less thinking, a little bit more feeling, feel more intuitively versus intellectually. Um, Soften up, relax. Elevate your self worth. You got what you believe you deserve. It's time to raise your standards. So we don't raise our standards sometimes when we don't feel like we are worth raising our standards for. So really, this is about just you seeing the value of yourself, right? The self-worth elevator. I like to call it the elevator method. You just have to feel like you're good enough, like you're enough, right? And sometimes in order to do that, we are carrying too much weight, too much baggage, too much luggage that is not allowing our elevator to rise. And sometimes that means looking at what it is that's stopping us from rising. It could be an emotion that you're just not letting go of. And this is like, if you're not letting go of this, you're going to continue to get more of it. So if it's time to raise your standards, it's time for you to elevate your consciousness as well. So this is like, look, there's a rebirth opportunity here. Really rise up to the occasion, really know your worth, really understand your self-worth, know that you can elevate it at any time. This is just all thoughts, all us consciousness playing around, right? So have a little more humor, have a little more lightheartedness so that you can elevate. Okay. So that is Gemini. Cancer. Cancer, you have the 9 of Wands. So this is feeling a little bit beat down. It's like you just went through a lot. You just went through maybe I hear a lot of tribulations, maybe this past year, maybe this past month, just some tribulations that just have kind of scarred you a little bit, made you feel a little bit um like you don't trust yourself, like you don't trust yourself to make the right decisions. So you're looking back at just everything that you've done in the past and realizing that this is an opportunity for you to start over. And even though you've had some bumps in the road, look how far you've come. Look how far you have managed to learn the lessons of these tribulations that now you can apply towards whatever in the future, whatever's to come, whatever reality you want to create. And you're doing it because of the lessons that you learned. So it's kind of like reshifting and going, instead of putting so much weight and energy and focus on, look how the past did this to me, it's more of like, look what I learned from the past and how I'm now able to move forward by learning those lessons. The lesson is self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So in this reshifting of the mindset, in this seeing things differently, instead of going, this is what happened to me, and now saying this is what is going to happen for me, your self-esteem is going to benefit from it. Your self-worth, not just with yourself, but how you treat others and how others treat you. Because now there's value. I see that you're just like understanding your worth, understanding your value, seeing what you've done and what you've overcome, and realizing, wait a minute, um, I have more value than what I thought. And then the self, what is this? Self-care. The self-care card is breathe. Also meditate. The calmer you are, the more time slows down and the easier it is to get everything done. How many of you have heard, um, if you're too busy to meditate for 30 minutes, then meditate for an hour? So pretty much we think we're too busy because our mind is busy. We all have 24 hours in the day. And if you actually sit there and look at and track all the hours in the day, you will realize that you have time. And so breathing, sitting still, meditating allows you to kind of see the shortcuts in the game. It's like, oh, I'm too busy running around in circles, going from here to there, A, B, C, D, E, and F, because I don't have time to stop for G, H, I, J, K, L, M, and O, P. See, I'm still too busy. I'm still in P, and I still have all the rest of this alphabet to go. And if you were to sit down and breathe, if you were to meditate for just a minute before you started on this journey of ABCs, you would see the shortcut from A to Z. You would see how easy it would be to go through this if you took the time to be still. And then you would save yourself all this busyness. But again, this is all what's happening inwardly and we're projecting it outwardly. So this is about really seeing the lessons from the past and implementing that, seeing the value in yourself and putting better standards, better boundaries, taking the time to breathe for yourself so that you can start this new cycle, start a new cycle. Okay. Next, Leo. Leo, we have the Five of Wands. So this is some type of change, some type of conflict. Not seeing eye to eye with people, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's business associates. It's seeing that there's some type of conflict, but you're wanting to make it work. It's like everyone has their say, and you're stepping, you're not really acting on that. You're just observing and going, okay, how can we all make this work? So for example, we're renovating one of the bathrooms, and so that leaves one bathroom, which is our bathroom, open and available for both of our kids. And that means we all kind of have a different struggle with that, because obviously four people using the same bathroom and coming in and out of our room throughout the night, etc., causes some type of conflict. But we're wanting to get over it for the sake of, hey, we're going to have a renovated bathroom. So we understand that maybe we just have to change the way we do things. Maybe we have to have a schedule, or not really a schedule, but you know what I'm saying? Like know when to take a shower versus when everybody's here and they could possibly need to use it. So this is going to take some imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So this is like, I now want to try to figure out the solution. Let's sit here and let our imagination flow so that we can get the answers to this conflict, to this change, to this hurdle that we're basically dealing with. Self-care card is space. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. That's screaming to me, declutter, give your space, the mind, give your mind the space that it needs, as in not giving too much into distractions, whether that be video games, whether that be um, shows, whatever you want to call it, a distraction. Space. So we have imagination time. Think of maybe not distracting ourselves with something else, but really with what's going on inside our own mind, so that we can overcome this change, this hurdle, whatever it is. Okay, next is Virgo, the Queen of Pentacles. Virgin in the house. Mm. Queen of Pentacles. So this is the motherly earth sign. So how cool is that, Virgo? It's nurturing. It's feelings of I got this, of I need to make things work, not just in the physical, but in all realms. So here it's like my health, my finances, my goals. Let's feeling very secure in how you're going to handle your 3D physical dimension type deal this month. So it's more about I've got this. I'm looking at this with a new fresh perspective of um feeling very, what's the word? Like knowing, feeling, like how a mom just knows, that type of feeling. Okay, so abundance lesson, abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So again, I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. It's that knowing. It's that knowing that I can do whatever I need to do in this physical realm. It's knowing that you can take whatever non-physical focus that you have and translate that into the physical. So it's an abundance of, I know I got this and I'm going to make it work. Action. Baby steps are still steps and they're better than standing still. So for self-care, Virgo, it's more about taking those baby steps towards the abundance, towards the limitlessness of I can do whatever in this physical reality. I can create the world that I want instead of feeling like a victim. Um, Taking those baby steps are going to help you see not just this month differently, but the entire year different. Okay. Next is Libra. Libra, the Lover's card, which is funny because Libra is the two. So we have the Lovers, we have harmony, we have this fresh sense of understanding clearly in our relationships, having a good relationship with ourselves, having that balance of mind and spirit, really taking a different step here this year, of basically being more in love. And I don't mean in love like in a relationship, I mean that self love that we all need in order for us to manifest and attract that same type of relationship that we have with ourselves. So this is a great time to really tap into your own balancing of left and right. Are you staying in your lower chakras versus your higher? Are you in tune at the heart? Are you balanced? Lesson is acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. When we're in acceptance, we're really at a place of the heart. There is no grudge. There is no uh, I'm going to get you type of feelings. Well, that's still the grudge. It's acceptance is more of I understand, I am compassionate, I forgive, I have this unconditional love, I accept. So there's a lot of love here, a lot of acceptance. And then the self-care says surprise. Release your expectations and be open to surprise. So when you release your expectations, you are accepting that everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything is where it is, and that everything is fine exactly where it's at. We're in the now. The now can lead to pretty much anything because you can change things up in the now, right? Depending on how you take action. So release your expectations, be open to surprise, be in the flow, accept where you're at, accept this loving energy, this love for life, and just go with it, go with the flow so that you can be surprised, basically. Scorpio, we have the Two of Pentacles. So you're having to make a choice. The waters are a little rough, but you're having to make a choice here. I'm feeling health related, maybe financially or health, maybe both. Let's see, hold on. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So there's this connection of understanding the connection that you have with source, with the light that's within you, understanding that you're not alone because everything is connected on the other side. But you're still having to make a choice on the physical reality that is going to either make you feel lonely or feel like you don't have that support. So just understand that whatever choice you make, it's not a wrong choice. Move. A long walk is good for the soul. Get outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. So move, start taking some hikes, some walks. Um, get your energy and your body moving. So January 17th, we have Nicole Janton talking about emotions and really some tips and tricks on how to move our energy through our body, our emotions, which is our energy and motion through our body. So I'm feeling a lot of just moving whatever energy this is of undecisiveness, of this, am I doing the right thing, and worrying and doubting, and turn that into grounding yourself, into moving your body. Sagittarius, you got the Three of Pentacles. All right, so the Three of Pentacles is, I feel like trying to take on some new, like learning something new that other people are going to want to learn from you. Does this make sense? Learn from you later on. So it's like you're wanting to take on this new learning of something that in the future will pay off with people then wanting to learn from you. So this is something, could be culture, could be spiritual. The lesson here is denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So don't be in denial when it comes to learning something new. Be aware that your soul's kind of pushing you towards this newness of learning something. Of we life is all about experience, and if we don't take on different things and experience different things, our soul feels like it's not complete. So it's trying to tell you something. It says, listen, people start to heal the moment they feel heard. Listen more to others, listen more to yourself, to your thoughts, to your emotions. Listen, don't be distracted, don't be in denial. Try to learn something more about yourself, really. All right, that's Sag. Capricorn is the Ace of Swords. So we have a new beginning, a new thought, a new way of thinking. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to think differently, but there's a blockage there, some resistance, a program. So I'm getting the vibes of don't be caught up in your head. Think more about others. And so the lesson card is service. I feel good when I can help others. So I'm feeling like, okay, you're kind of caught up in making of shifting this new perspective. So don't get caught up in that. Just get caught more, get more caught up into how can you serve others, and then that will naturally kind of fix itself. You'll start to see the opportunity of this new way of thinking, kind of serving you. And then the lesson card is authenticity. Live life for you, not the audience in your head. So again, I'm feeling like service others, and you'll start to have this whole feeling of authenticness that kind of feels like fresh, feels it feels new to you, feels fun, it feels like, but there's a resistance. So just understand it's okay for you to sometimes be of service to others, because what goes around comes around, and it's going to help you be more of service to yourself, Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, we have the Eight of Swords. Don't get caught up in your thoughts thinking you can't overcome some things, because you can. Sometimes we get caught up in thinking that we can't move forward, that maybe we're stuck in the same pattern, but you can unbreak yourself from this pattern. It's just a reshifting that has to happen. And the lesson here is guilt. I release my beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's journey. So maybe you're stuck in this guilty feeling of something that's not allowing you to move forward. But once you realize that you don't need that guilt, that the guilt is just your ego talking to you to get you stuck, then you can release yourself from this, and you can just realize that there's nothing stopping you but you. Invitation. Okay, the words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words carefully. Again, you're the one that's getting in your own way. So your thoughts are the ones that are getting in your way. So it's all about paying attention to what you're thinking and what you're saying, because that's what it is that's causing this blockage of guilt, or of feeling like you can't move forward in whatever it is that you feel like you're stuck in. Aquarius. Okay. Last but not least, we have Pisces. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, I'm feeling very, I can take charge, very intellectual, very, I'm ready to get something going. I am in more control of my thoughts. I am thinking I can do whatever I can, just that I'm ready to take charge type action. And the lesson is courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So I feel like this whole overcoming of fear, overcoming of pitiness of feeling like, woe is me, to now shifting that around and doing something about it, having the courage to move forward. And then the last card, self care card, is self. If beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. So again, feeling this woe is me, you start to judge yourself. You start to feel like your thoughts are in control, or not really that your thoughts are in control, but basically life is in control of you and you have no control of your thoughts. This is more of a, I am freeing myself from myself. I'm freeing myself from this cage that I've built of thinking and judging myself and being a certain way, to now I have the courage to fly out. I have the courage to basically not beat myself up anymore. I have the courage to love myself, to move forward, because the more love there is, the more it resonates and the more creativity and things that you can create from that. So have the courage, move forward, love yourself, and ta-da, that is your January reading. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you soon.